Hi, I am the Lady Ms. Vagina Jenkins, and it is time for Queer Astrology. So in the last two videos, we talked about how to gather your birth data and what you're looking for and how to find it. And then we talked about different websites, apps, and tools that I like for actually getting a natal chart made. So now let's talk about how you even begin to interpret that natal chart. This is going to be a short little 3-video series over the next few weeks that goes from beginner to, I would say, intermediate. How do we understand a natal astrology chart once we actually have it in our hands? So to start from the most beginner level of interpreting your chart, I would say there are 3 main things that you got to focus on. 1, what are your big 3? Number 2, what is your chart ruler? And number 3, how do you begin to start memorizing all of your placements in your chart? So let's talk about it. The first thing that I would advise when you get your chart is to look for what is known as the big 3. The big 3 in the chart is like, well, it's astrology jargon for the most foundational and personal placements in one's natal chart. The big 3 is made up of 3 placements: your rising sign, your moon sign, and your sun sign. How I would describe the big 3 is in this way. Your astrology is the idea of how you walk and navigate and experience the path that is life, right? So when I think of the rising sign, I think of how you navigate, how you approach this path. When I think of the sun sign, I think of the light illuminating the path, the light that we are walking towards. It very much has an aspirational quality to it. And when I think of the moon sign, I think of what you need to feel safe and emotionally secure in navigating that path. Yeah, you are looking for the sun sign, which is a circle with a dot in it. You're looking for your moon sign, which is literally shaped like a crescent moon. And you're looking for your rising sign, or the ascendant. It will usually be marked with an AC or an ASC, and it will be in, of course, the first house of your chart. Things to notice about the big 3: where are they placed in your chart? Are they all in the same house, in the first house, or are they evenly spread around the chart? Are they 2 of them close to each other and the other far away, maybe in an oppositional sort of format? And what sorts of meanings can we start to make about how these big 3 are interacting with each other throughout your natal chart? Speaking of the rising sign, the planet that rules that rising sign is known as the chart ruler. And the chart ruler can give us a lot of indication about your energy imprint as well. So let's go back to the example of the Aries rising. Aries is ruled by the planet Mars. And so what is it like to have Mars as your chart ruler? What does it mean to have a life or an energy imprint that is Martian in nature? What does it mean about following one's passions? What does it mean about your energy levels? What does it mean about the way that you experience conflict in the world? These are all things to think about. And then, yeah, if Mars is your planetary ruler, or excuse me, your chart ruler, where is it placed in your chart? That can give you a lot of information about exactly what is supposed to be the area of focus for you this lifetime. I would also add, in terms of interpreting your chart, Where is the light? That's something that I'm often asking myself as an astrologer. Where is the light in this chart? And so what by light, I specifically mean where is the sun and where is the moon, because the moon is reflecting the sun's light. And so, yeah, this goes back to what I was saying about, understanding how your big three are interacting with each other, but also where the light is. Is it all in the top half of your chart, which is more public facing? Is the light more in the bottom half of your chart, which is more private and more personal and an internal experience? What parts of your chart are being lit up and illuminated to say, hey, this is an area where I'd like to shine? So yeah, understanding where the light is in your chart is important as well. And the last thing I'll say is to start learning your placements. And this comes with time. I wouldn't, place a whole lot of energy in like sitting down with flashcards and memorizing them or whatever, but just understand that like this is a whole holistic picture. And so, yes, to knowing my Mercury sign is in this, my Venus is in this sign, but also understanding where they are, who they're sitting next to, who they're sitting across from. Those things are going to start to become more important as well. So yes, that is a very basic beginner's guide to beginning to interpret your natal chart. These are just really fundamental building block things that you can do to understand your chart before you even get into understanding all of the houses, placements, and aspects, and all that good stuff. We'll get to that. But for now, just focus on understanding your big three, your chart ruler, knowing where the light is in your chart, and beginning to familiarize yourself with your planetary placements and where they are. So like I said, this is a short 3-video series that goes from beginner to intermediate, and it will help you understand how to start to interpret your natal chart. In the next video, we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about some of the ways that astrologers look at and interpret charts. So definitely make sure that you are subscribed and hit the notification bell so that you will know when that video comes out. As always, thank you so much for watching and for making time for queer astrology. See you next time.